Alright, folks. I am Johnny Vinyl, and this is the Co-oping Toward Hatred channel. We are getting ready for Nintendo's E3 Direct, which is very exciting. Even though, you know what, actually, I shouldn't even say that. We should temper our expectations a bit because we know they're only going 25 minutes. Now, granted, it's a Direct, it's not a live press conference, so they don't have to wait for applause breaks and stuff. So if they want to, they could cram a lot in 25 minutes. Whether they'll actually do that or not, we'll wait and see. I expect they'll spend a lot of time on Mario Odyssey, which is great. That's what they should spend time on. That game's... I can't wait for that game. I'm wondering about Mario plus Rabbids. They showed it all at the Ubisoft press conference yesterday, and there's not much left to show, I would think, except the co-op that was leaked in those leaked slides, that there was going to be co-op play, and they didn't show that at all yesterday. So maybe they'll spend a couple minutes just saying, hey, there's co-op, and show you how that works. And that could be it for that. And by the way, that game looked fucking incredible, and I feel a little bit redeemed at saying that, because I remember saying from those live slides, this sounds like XCOM, and nobody believed me. And I was right, god damn it. I was right, and it was amazing. And that's on my list. Speaking of my list, I've been running a top 20 games of E3 that we've seen so far list. I'm gonna live edit it as Nintendo goes. If they show something that should go on the list, I'll put it on there and everything. And at the end of my stream, I will give you my top 20 as it stands right now, because this is our last live stream. I go back to work tonight finally, and you know, this is the last press conference. Not a press conference really, but you know, it's the last presentation. E3 starts today, but once the show floor opens, that's kind of the end of like breaking news. At that point, it's just a bunch of games journalists actually playing the games and then telling us what they think, which is very valuable. But it's not like, it's not news really. It's just previews basically. So a lot of time on what was I saying? Super Mario Odyssey. ARMS is out this week, and Splatoon 2 is out next month, but they're doing, as you can see right here on the screen, they're doing tournaments for those, so I'm not even sure that they will necessarily spend time during the Direct. If they do, I expect it to be very short. So maybe just a reminder, hey, ARMS is out in a couple days, and Splatoon 2 is out next month, and go get them. And that's about it. What was I saying? Some stuff. Oh, there was some news that leaked, not leaked, but came out yesterday, that they have, their store is going to go down for maintenance like right after this show, which could be big. Could be big. Could be nothing, but could be big. It could mean Virtual Console. It could mean stealth drop of some games. It'd probably be small games like indie games, or maybe something like, I don't know, like a port of Runbow or Dr. Luigi from Wii U to this, which would be awesome to me. Or, if we're really lucky, maybe Captain Toad. But I don't expect something huge to come out of that, but maybe something small. The store could use a redesign if once they're going to put Virtual Console in there. I hope it's a Virtual Console. I should say that, but I just don't think that's going to happen. Maybe more details on their online service, but that doesn't launch till next year, so they really don't need to do that today. What are you guys saying in the chat? Derek Flores says, I need Metroid and Virtual Console. Metroid, I don't know if people should get their hopes up. I mean, obviously, you know, it would be huge, but I just don't know. Well, let me ask you this, Derek. Do you want to see a 2D Metroid or Metroid Prime, or do you not care? Just any kind of Metroid. And Lisa says Splatoon 2. We're all on board for Splatoon 2. They added a horde mode, which makes it even more appealing to me. Let me pull up my list here and make sure I have 20. And I got to keep it a secret until it's over. I do. I just added a 20th. So I got my 20, and this might shift around depending on what Nintendo shows. As a matter of fact, I'll tell you right now, I put Super Mario Odyssey on the list already. Even though they haven't shown it yet, I expect it to be good. But maybe they got some other stuff. Fire Emblem Warriors is out later this year. I don't really want to spend a lot of time on that. We kind of know what it is, and it's like Dynasty Wars. It's like Hyrule Warriors, but with Fire Emblem characters. Fine. Those games usually aren't for me. The other ones have not been. But I've become a Fire Emblem fan recently. I played through Awakenings and about half of Fates, and really loved them. So maybe I'll try this one, just because I like Fire Emblem. Speaking of Fire Emblem, the Fire Emblem, there's a real Fire Emblem game scheduled for next year. I think they made clear that this is only focused on 2017 games, so I don't think we'll see it. But I would love to. That would get me real happy. A couple weeks ago, we were all hoping for a Smash port, Smash Brothers Deluxe, just like they did with Mario Kart. But now, ARMS is out this week. That's a fighting game. They announced Pokkén Tournament. That's a fighting game. Street Fighter 2 is out. That's a fighting game. I kind of don't think it'll happen now, which is a real bummer, but it is what it is. Mario Maker would be excellent, a port of that. I would love a couple Wii U things, because I didn't play my Wii U very much. I had one and barely ever touched it, so I missed a lot of stuff there. I only played a little bit of Mario Maker. That's why I really want it. I would love Captain Toad, as I mentioned. Super Mario 3D World would be great. What else am I missing? Wind Waker HD would be good. I never liked Zelda, so I didn't play it. But then Breath of the Wild blew me away, so I'm more open to trying it now. So anyway, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 could happen, even though they're saying that's 2017. I really doubt it. I think that's going to slip to next year. Maybe 2017 in Japan, but not here. There was that Square Enix game, Project Octopath Traveler, the greatest title of a video game ever. That could show up here. I'd like to see more of that, actually, all real bad. What else am I forgetting? There's some big ones. Like, what did I got out there? Like, they have stuff scheduled almost for every month. ARMS is this month, then Splatoon, then Pokkén. They don't need to show more Pokkén. We know what that is. Plus, they got a tournament. And then Mario and Rabbids after that. And then probably Mario Odyssey, but it feels like there's one more I'm forgetting. What's the chat saying? Derek Flores would like to see his Metroid be 2D. Speaking of that, actually, they did just announce that Axiom Verge is coming to Switch, finally. So, if we don't get a 2D Metroid, and you've not played Axiom Verge yet, that could fill that hole in your heart. We got another person here. Oh, this is a new guy. I don't know him. But that's cool. Welcome, Gaffaraf. He wants to see Bubble Bobble. Hey, Bubble Bobble's awesome. I would be totally down for Bubble Bobble. What time is it? We got like 20 minutes left still. Damn. What do you guys want to talk about? Maybe they'll show the Nintendo Switch 1X. That would be pretty rad. In 4K. Ultra Blu-ray. What am I looking for? Oh. Zelda DLC info. That's a good call, Sean. Yeah, I expect to see that Zelda DLC info. They have the first batch launching in the summer, and that's not the great batch. It's fine, but the real one that everybody's really looking forward to is coming in fall, and that's like more story stuff. So yeah, that's a definite possibility. I didn't think of that. Good freaking call. If they do announce Smash, I would love it. Sorry. I would love for the Inklings to be added, which I think is... Inklings and Arms seems like the most possibility for new characters. Springman probably, but I'd kind of like Ribbon Girl. As well as bring back Wolf from Brawl. And I don't think you can do the Ice Climbers together because the Wii U version of Smash added 8-player Smash, right? So then if everybody played as Ice Climbers, you would have 16 characters running around on stage, which is just... no, but that wouldn't be any fun. That would just be too much chaos. I think 8-player Smash is the reason they started separating characters too, like Samus and Zero Suit Samus got separated, and Sheik and Zelda got separated. Charizard lost Squirtle and Ivysaur. Actually, that's a good call. Squirtle and Ivysaur could be added as well. So I think with the Ice Climbers, what you would have to do is just make it one of them, Popo, and then you could switch costumes and play as the other. It'd be Popo and then Nana. And then you have to buff up their moves and damage, of course, because, you know, they'd be basically cut in half by cutting out one of them. But they could do that. So yeah, Inklings, Ribbon Girl, one Ice Climber, and Squirtle, Ivysaur, Wolf. That would be the 6 characters I think are most likely. Of course, I would love a shit ton of new characters. I would love King K. Rool, and I would love Geno from Mario RPG. And I'd like Captain Toad, actually. You know who else I would like is Waluigi, but what I would do with him, because, you know, I don't know if his moveset would be any different than Mario and Luigi and the other guys just by himself. I would put Waluigi in a Mario Kart and have him actually fight in the kart. I think that then you've got a different kind of character. That would be real cool, I think. The chat says, no hardware for revision for just another year. I was kidding about that. I don't even think there'll be one in a year. Well, maybe. I mean, Nintendo does do that stuff a lot, with 3DS especially. Garafaref says, Bomberman. Bomberman would be an excellent call. What was the other? I was thinking of a third-party character. I mean, people ask for Shovel Knight. That could happen. Rayman could be... Rayman was a trophy in Super Smash Bros. For Wii U, but not in the actual game. They could add him in. And speaking of Rayman, Rayman, it's either Legends or Origins, I don't remember which, is supposed to come out on the Switch, but we don't have a release date for it yet. We could get a release date for that. We could get a release date for Steep. What are some other kind of games that were announced? FIFA. That still need dates. That's all I can think of off the top of my head. All that stuff would be real neat. I don't know. I hope, even though this is short, that they jam-pack it with stuff. And just little things. Like, I want... Alright, in my dream, I have, like, a list of indie games that are on my backlog that am dying to come to Switch, because I play the Switch at work a lot, and that's just, like, a perfect indie game machine. Like, I would love Darkest Dungeon and the Banner Saga 1 and 2, and Guacamelee and Severed and Runbow. Runbow should absolutely be on this. It'd be perfect. And I think it probably will be, but it needs to happen soon. And Invisible Ink would be a great one. I want all of these games on my Switch. If I just have a shit ton of Nintendo first-party games, a million indie games, even if they're old, I don't care. I haven't played them. There's a bunch of them I haven't played yet. Lethal League's another one. And Virtual Console. If I get those 3 pillars, Nintendo games, indies, and Virtual Console, shit, the Switch is going to be my favorite thing in the world. Oh, there's some chat I missed. I'm sorry about that. Bomberman in Smash Bros. Absolutely. Scott Tremper says, fuck yeah, Captain Toad is one of the best Wii U games. Yeah, I only played a couple minutes of it. I really would like to do it. And you're going to add some more levels. Sam Ryan says hi. Hi, Sam Ryan. Welcome. I don't think you've joined us before, so welcome to the chat. Was Fire Emblem Warriors the other game you were forgetting? I wasn't thinking of that, because I thought that had a date, but maybe I'm wrong. If it doesn't have a date, then absolutely. And Derek says, worry about Mario Golf or tennis. Hell yes. I I was thinking of that when Sony was showing everybody's Golf yesterday. That I would love Mario Golf on Switch, even if it was a port of the 3DS one, because I didn't play it. I think that was called Toadstool Tour, I believe. And I've always heard it was fantastic, so I would love for that on Switch. Mario Tennis, if it's a good one, sure. The last Mario Tennis game on Wii U was not a good one. Another thing that just came to mind was Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing, the mobile game, is supposed to come at some point by the end of this year. They seem to like to pair their mobile games with an upcoming game, like Fire Emblem came out on mobile, and then the Fire Emblem 3DS just came out a couple weeks ago, and Super Mario Run was paired with, maybe that was with nothing, but that seems weird. I mean, and there's Mario Odyssey upcoming, but that seems far away. But anyway, yeah, since for the Fire Emblem mobile Animal Crossing mobile game is coming, I wouldn't be shocked to see an Animal Crossing out here. The game I was thinking of that needs a date, 2 games actually, Stardew Valley and Overcooked. That's the 2. I need dates on both those. That could happen. Payday 2, that's another one that is so weird that it's coming to Switch. We need a date on that. Even though I probably won't end up playing that, but cool. Garafaraf, I'm not sure what that means there. Sorry, buddy. Sean says, just looked it up. It said September, I think. I think he's talking about Fire. Yeah, he's talking about Fire Emblem Warriors. Cool. So I guess that's not an exact date, but that's a month. We got 15 minutes still. So yeah, I hope, and they did a good job with their direct, like a month ago or 2 months ago, of really jamming stuff in a short amount of time. And they did that with the Indie Direct too. So, okay, you know what? I'm starting to think this won't be so much. I can't help but think that a ton of time's going to be spent on Mario Odyssey, which on one hand I like. On the other hand, when your whole show's so short, then, you know, you're not going to have much time for anything else. From Software was on the, like when the Nintendo Direct was revealed, like they put out a big splash page of developers making games for it, and From Software was on there. We don't know what they're doing. It'll be weird, but I don't know. Maybe we'll see it. I don't expect to, and it could. I think the most likely thing is probably a port of Dark Souls 3. Again, that's not my thing. I think we talked about that the other day when we were talking about FromSoft. Not my thing, but it's a big deal to those people, to a lot of people. So that would be big. Sorry, I'm trying to look out at see if there's any news out there or anything. Pikmin 4, please. So, here's the thing. Well, let's get back to Pikmin 4 in a minute. It says, I want a cake. Alright, I'll take a cake. Sean says, they'll probably have a separate live stream for Mario Odyssey. These spotlights are usually rapid-fire announcements. You know, maybe, because they got the treehouse running all the time. So, yeah, okay, you're convincing me. They'll probably show a trailer and then say, see more today at, I don't know, 3 o'clock or whatever. Yeah, okay, I could see that. You've convinced me. Anyway, but let's get back to Pikmin 4. Pikmin is interesting. Pikmin 1 and 2 I tried way back on the GameCube days, and I could not control them at all. I tried, couldn't do it with a controller. Pikmin 3... it didn't launch with them, but later on they added touchscreen controls on the Wii U gamepad, and it clicked for me, and I fucking love that game. Absolutely loved it. So, flash forward now. It was about 2 years ago, Miyamoto came out and said, hey, everybody, Pikmin 4 is done, basically. It's almost ready to go. We'll just release it when we feel like releasing it. And it never happened. Never happened for Wii U. And so people are kind of expecting it now on Switch. But I actually think, because I'm not even sure he used the words Pikmin 4. He might have said the next Pikmin. I think he was talking about that 3DS game, that Hey Pikmin, which looks fine, but, you know, it's not really what we want. I hope I'm wrong. I hope there is an actual Pikmin 4, and I really hope that it has touchscreen controls again, because that's the only way I was able to play. I know that would only work in handheld mode, but that's fine with me. I'll play it in handheld mode. And of course, you know, the option for regular controls for you normal people, but I'm not one of the normal people, I guess. If FromSoft shows up at a Nintendo after being a no-show for Sony, I'll punch a hole in my monitor. Well, if FromSoft is here, as I said, I think it'll be a port of Dark Souls 3. Whereas what they're working on for Sony is probably Bloodborne 2, so that would take a lot more work. But please don't punch your monitor. Because after this stream, I don't know if many of you guys heard this, because I said it earlier, and now more of you are joining. I've been running a running tab of my top 20 games of E3 so far. And as Nintendo shows stuff, I will edit it on the fly. And at the end of the stream, since this is the last conference, I will give you my list. My top 20 games I've seen so far, and I'll talk a little bit about each one. Not a ton. I'm not going to go very long, but just a couple seconds of what I liked about it. Sean says, that's a good point. I actually played Pikmin 3 with the Wiimote. Not sure how it will play on Switch. Yeah, a lot of people said the Wii controls worked for that game. I never tried them. I tried the first two on GameCube and then the third one on Wii U. So, you know, maybe that could work. Actually, the Joy-Con can work kind of as a pointer. It's a little bit different than the Wii, but it's a similar idea. So they could do that. And then on handheld mode, go to touchscreen controls, or, you know, an option for all the above. Absolutely. Sean says, not interested in Hey Pikmin at all. I'm not interested in anything on 3DS. I didn't even play Fire Emblem. I didn't play Pokemon Sun and Moon because I figured they were coming to Switch, which last week they made a fool out of me on that. I'm just at this point, like, I'm all Switch. I might even sell my 3D. When a Pokemon eventually does come to Switch, which now is probably going to be next year, I would imagine, and I can move all my Pokemon off 3DS to Switch, then I'm probably going to sell the thing. I think I'm done with it. The Switch is just feels so nice that I can't go back. Even though there's some amazing games on 3DS, I just can't go back, man. I would love for some of those 3DS games to come to Switch. Kid Icarus Uprising is a game I'd like to play. Put it on Switch. What was the other one I was thinking of besides Kid Icarus? Basically the entire Mario and Luigi series. Mario and Luigi, the first one, is rumored to be getting like a remix, or I don't even know if it'd be a remaster, but just an update, and it seems like they're going to put it on 3DS. I wish that would come to Switch. A little less than 10 minutes. I'd like all the Paper Marios and Mario RPGs and Mario and Luigi games all to make their way to Switch. With Virtual Console, most of them should be there. I don't imagine they'll actually use that name Virtual Console again. I think they'll kind of reframe it into a different name, but maybe I'm wrong. Mario's hat's got eyes on it. That's a thing. Maybe in the Mario and Rabbids games, the extra set of eyes will help him snipe. They work like binoculars. So people have been talking about this E3 in terms of how they think it's disappointing. I don't think it is at all. I've really enjoyed it, actually. I talked about it at the end of last night's Sony conference, that I appreciate that both Sony and Microsoft, and it seems like Nintendo's going to follow suit, because they said they're only going to talk about 2017 games. None of them revealed new games that are 3 or 4 years away, which makes for less flashy conferences, and I think that's why people are disappointed. It's not like exciting new stuff, but at the same time, I'm sick of hearing about games that are so far away. I don't need to have conversations about The Last of Us Part 2 for the next 4 years. Just tell me about it when it's about a year from being done. And Death Stranding, and the Final Fantasy VII Remake, and Kingdom Hearts 3. I'm sick of stuff like that. Sean says, hey, it worked in Minish Cap for Link. Yeah, true. The Reaper we are. That seems like another new guy. Welcome, Reaper. I'd love it if they adapted some of the fan stuff for Pokemon. Built in... Okay, I'm not a huge Pokemon guy, so I might get these wrong. Built-in Nuzlocks and randomizers. I know what randomizer means. I don't know what Nuzlocke is. Actually give you a reason to play more than once. Yeah, I don't know what that means. I'm sorry, man. I'm a casual Pokemon player. As a matter of fact, I didn't play Pokemon for about 10 years, but I came back with X and Y and enjoyed them. But I'm not like a hardcore guy. Sean says, didn't pretty much everything except Beyond Good and Evil 2 actually have a date? Year, at least? Sony, I think they didn't give dates for... Days Gone, I don't think had one. What was the other one? God of War and Spider-Man both said 2018. I feel like there was an... Oh, Detroit. Detroit did not have a date. At least not that I remember. I missed it if they did. Days Gone and Detroit. And yeah, you're right. Beyond Good and Evil 2. You know, Anthem, they said 2018. I kind of don't believe it. As a matter of fact, there was some rumors that it's early 2018. I don't think there's any way in hell that happens. But I would love it. I mean, just the quicker the better for that game. Can't wait. Hang on. Somebody just gave me information in the chat. Nuzlocke is permadeath. Oh, fuck. I turn off permadeath in Fire Emblem, and I save scum in XCOM, so I can't have permadeath. And randomizers give you a chance to encounter anything. That'd be cool. As long as I can turn them off, because I can't deal permadeath. And then Sean says basically the same thing. Nuzlocke is basically Pokemon Hardcore mode. You should look up Griffin McElroy's Pokemon X Nuzlocke Run. It's fantastic. Okay. I'll check it out. Derek says, been loving E3 for the same reason. Everything is out soon-ish. Yeah, I agree. I think it's been a really solid show, man. And stuff's getting, like, I don't know, deep dives. It seems like a real, like, they're not distracting you with smoke and mirrors of crazy stuff. You know, I guess, you know, even Xbox, they're bringing out a new console, but they kind of just said, hey, this is what it is. Now let's get the games. It's a real meat and potatoes show, and I've enjoyed it. Sean says Beyond Good and Evil will be 2020. I'm sure. I think you're right. They said like fans can join in and kind of help them make the game still. I'm like, boy, that's a long time away. Garafraf says, you like Luigi's Mansion? I never played Luigi's Mansion. I did play the Luigi's Mansion arcade game in Dave & Buster's a couple weeks ago for my birthday. That was kind of funny. But I imagine the actual game is very different. Let's see, Luigi's Mansion was GameCube, right? So there's a possibility, because people say that GameCube games are going to come to Virtual Console. As a matter of fact, I think Luigi's Mansion was on the leaked initial list, along with Super Mario Sunshine, Smash Bros. Melee, maybe something else, I don't remember. So maybe I would try it out. I like Luigi. He's underappreciated. The Year of Luigi, man. Dr. Luigi was real cool. I would love to play that again. Put that out on Switch. Dine Zhao says, can't wait to kickstart it. Yeah, I think he's talking about Good and Evil, Beyond Good and Evil. That's funny. Yeah, there was a little bit of confusion the other night about if that's Kickstarter. It's not, but they do want fans to kind of come in and talk to them. Did they say that Beyond Good and Evil 2 had a multiplayer mode, or did I just imagine that? It sounded like they said that last night. Bring Me the DR says that I can't wait for this to start. I'm hoping to see more about Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Regardless, so should be good. E3's been great so far. I agree, except for the Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon thing. I just want this to be Switch games. I'm not really interested in anything on 3DS, unless they say those are coming to Switch, but I don't think that's going to happen. That would be a very weird thing to announce them last week and then the very next week just say, and they're on Switch. Hey, but I want it. Don't get me wrong. I absolutely want them. We're 2 minutes away. They should have a counter. I got a lot of sleep last night. If you guys saw me on that Sony stream last night, I was dead tired. I feel good now. Michael Haas says, what did they announce? Nothing yet. That's coming up here in 2 minutes. The Reaper says, as far as game goes, I'd rather they show stuff that's in the future 2 and 4 years away. E3 is supposed to be about surprises. Being a 2016 repeat robbed of that. I disagree. I think E3 should be about stuff to get me excited for now that I can play with in the next year. I don't need to be excited for stuff that's in the distant future. That's just like, I don't know, that feels just like jerking off for a long time but not letting yourself finish. Not into that idea. Matthew Meeks says, the best news Nintendo could have is that they're actually increasing production so I can play Splatoon. Dude, you should have pre-ordered, man. I've never been happier with a console in the first couple months. I think that thing's been awesome. I just love playing it at work. That's fantastic for me. Here we go. Start with Metroid. I'm not even a big Metroid fan, but it'd be cool. They are going to do ARMS. Probably not much. Probably just this trailer and that's it, I would assume. Because it is literally 3 days away. 2 or 3 days? What is the date today even? Wait! Rocket League! Holy shit! Good call. That's a perfect fit. Not a huge surprise. A lot of people expected that, but still awesome. Is that Pokkén? Yeah, it's Pokkén. I'll buy Rocket League again, for sure. I wish I got Wi-Fi at my work so I could play stuff online. This is a good way to talk about stuff that they don't necessarily need to talk a lot about, like ARMS and Splatoon. Just put them in this, and then we're good. I'm surprised they just dropped that Rocket League like that, though, kind of stealthy a little bit. It is called FIFA 18. There was some confusion about whether it would have a year on it or not, and there it is. That gets me excited.
The game is fun. The game is a battle. If it's not fun, why bother? If it's not a battle...
I go back and forth on Reggie. Sometimes he's a real douche, sometimes he's cool. I don't know.
Quest that you fail. A race against time. Fun and battle always locked together. But the game is also something else. It's a journey. A passport to new worlds. Maybe even an odyssey.
We're starting with this, huh?
A look, a feel, an exploration. Close your focus and open your mind. Yes, the journey requires the right ticket. And that ticket is Nintendo Switch. But in the end, it's not just where you can take your game. It's where your game can take you. So let's go.
Oh, I can't wait for Mario Odyssey. Oh, we're starting with Xenoblade.
When the world was young.
He said Odyssey, so I thought that's what we were leading to.
Together with our divine father, the architect. They called that paradise. Elysium.
So I've been kind of hankering for old school RPGs recently. I never played a Xenoblade, but might do this. Depends when it releases, what else is out around it. Because I know that the last one, I've always heard that the last one was so long.
Blade.
As the driver of the Aegis, can you take me to Elysium?
I'm in. Let's go to Elysium. I'll take you there myself.
That's a neat looking sword.
Pyra!
Here!
Cover me!
Got it!
Is this kind of what the first game was like? I mean, there's been two, I guess. But
We'll show you. We'll show you what me and Pyra are made of. Take this! Now that you have come this
more
far,
games need masks,
there can be no turning back.
like this one.
You and that sword can't be! I'm guessing your goal is Elysium.
Alright, I can't really do anything with this. That joke didn't work. Alright, fuck that. That was interesting that in the top right corner there was like a weather meter and a time meter. I wonder what that would mean. Are they gonna Breath of the Wild the shit out of this game too?
What's the matter? Are you the Aegis, or aren't you?
I won't use that power, and I won't let you use it either!
If you know what you desire, you will have to show it. Not with words, but with your own strength. Everyone, let's go!
Holiday 2017. I find that hard to believe, but maybe so.
Sometimes you need a hero. A sword swinging, fire wielding, stone cold hero with an insatiable appetite?
Is it Pac-Man? Kirby! Okay. At the bottom of the screen says computer player for each of those, which makes me think you can play this in co-op. He's not. He's playing it with all computers, but I have to... Yeah, there it is. One player and two player. Kirby games usually have a co-op option, from what I understand. I don't play many of them, but... They're pretty simplistic usually, but, you know, still kind of fun and charming. Just Kirby? He doesn't have any... 2018. Alright, so they're not just going to do 2017 games. The liars!
Hi everyone, I'm Shinya Takahashi from Nintendo. I hope you've been enjoying the journey with Nintendo Switch so far.
I have been.
When I found out that Nintendo Switch is being accepted by video game fans from all over the world as a home console that could be taken with you anywhere, I felt
Barry, you turned in
so
late and you
relieved.
missed Rocket League.
Take Switch outside, come together, and share the experience. This idea was how we hoped people would play with
Stipper
Nintendo
Clips! Love that
Switch.
game.
But people are coming up with many creative ways to play in all kinds of places. In many more
Alright, if you're only
ways
going
than we
25
expected.
minutes, let's keep it rolling. Come on.
This summer, Nintendo and its third-party partners will release many multiplayer games that can be played anytime, anywhere, and with anyone. We hope there will be many heated competitions that will be ignited
Roll.
by Nintendo
Keep going.
Switch.
Come on.
Now we'll
There we go.
continue our look at even more new game worlds
There we
for
go.
Nintendo Switch.
Kept it short.
But
Good.
before we do, there is one announcement we'd like to share from our very special friend.
Very
Please take
special friend. Pokemon? Wait.
Hi everyone. I'm Tsuneka's
Everybody shut the fuck up.
Pokemon Company. Just the other day, we announced that Pokkén Tournament DX is coming to Nintendo Switch. This is the latest version of
Alright,
the premier
but what else? Come
Pokemon
on.
fighting game. Two people can dive right into battle using two Joy-Con controllers. So you can experience heated Pokemon battles with just one Nintendo Switch console. There are some fresh additions, including new Pokemon, and this deluxe version of the game will be on display at E3 for attendees to play. I have one more announcement. Game Freak has begun developing a core RPG Pokemon title on
Yes!
It may not release for more than a year, but we hope you'll look forward to it.
Alright. That's a long time to wait.
In the meantime, let's enjoy.
Because it feels like you could just port over Sun and Moon, but hey, alright, still, we're getting a Pokemon.
We heard that the Pokemon series is being developed for Nintendo Switch. What kind of Pokemon game will we be able to play on Nintendo Switch? I'm looking forward to it myself.
You know.
At this year's
Why are you
E3,
pretending you don't know?
we're showing games that will be released in 2017. But please know that here at Nintendo, we're working on many forms of entertainment that can only be made possible on Nintendo Switch. We hope you'll look forward to them as well.
Get back.
Now
Yes.
let's continue
Yes,
on
yes.
with the journey with Nintendo
Yes, yes,
Switch.
yes. Keep it rolling. It's Destiny! It's probably not Destiny. No fucking way. No fucking way. Oh, lose your minds, people. You have my permission. Who's making it? Is it Retro? Is it Retro? Oh, this is Ultimate Chicken Horse, I think. This game's real cool. This is... Oh, no. No, it's not. This looks like a new one. Not just the, you know, a port. They're hitting, you know, a lot of bases people wanted. There's a, well, I mean, they're not showing this stuff, but saying, hey, a core Pokemon game's on the way. Metroid Prime 4 is on the way. You know, I'm sure people would like to see them, but at least they're coming. Hopefully they're not too long. Like I was just complaining about other games. Sean Ian Jacobson says, I'm not one of people claiming for Metroid, but I'm glad they're getting it. I'm in the same boat, kinda. I might try it. But Metroid's never been my thing. But yeah, I'm glad it exists. I don't have a problem with Metroid. Koei Tecmo, this is probably Fire Emblem Warriors. Although, yeah. Wait, maybe not.
Mother's in danger.
No, this is definitely not Fire Emblem Warriors.
You two must keep going. No, I'm
Wait.
with you.
No, what is this? Oh, maybe it is Fire Emblem Warriors. Because, yeah, okay, I remember hearing now that they were going to have original characters. We're the big heroes, joined by Fire Emblem people. There's some guys from Fates.
Rely on your friends. We're with you.
Get it together, you two. If If you can't do this, who can?
But how about Robin? Or
You fought your
what's her
way this
name?
far. There's nothing you two can't do.
The witch woman from Awakening. Crap.
All right, let's move out.
Working together, we can finish this.
What is her name? How about a date? Fall. Alright.
Hi there. I'm the
Yep, here comes the DLC.
producer, A.G. Allen.
They're doing a good job here.
You
How
may
much
have
time do we got
already heard
left?
about it during Bethesda's
Got about
showcase
10 more
that was
minutes.
held a few days ago. It was announced that select Zelda items will appear in the Nintendo Switch version of Skyrim. I'm really looking forward to exploring Skyrim with the Master Sword in hand. Oh, when did this Master Sword get in my hand? Next up,
Probably when you
the
picked
DLC
it up.
packs for The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. Let us take you on a new Hyrule adventure.
I almost want to get on Facebook and look at people flipping out about Metroid, but I want to see this too at the same time. Trial of the Sword. Okay, I believe this is in the summer expansion. This is not the full one. And from what they described it as, it almost sounded like a horde mode, which is weird, but boy, this game's real good. I've never even been a Zelda fan, but man, this game was great. Turned me around on the whole series, I think. Not the whole series, but at least that game. Now that's not a mode. Hero's Path mode. Basically what that does is show you on the map everywhere you've been, which is neat, but not a mode. Yeah, I will never play this, the Master Mode. Fuck no. Too hard. Those guys are real sons of bitches. Got a date? Got a date? No date.
Ooh.
I love this guy. Da -da 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 -da. This was in my head for days after playing this part. Yeah, I believe they are adding a new mythical beast. So that's probably what this is. I still haven't actually beat this game because I'm about halfway through and I'm kind of waiting to have the DLC. The Champion's Ballad. That's a neat name. June 30th, that's soon. And then the other one's holiday. Wii U. Oh, because, okay, never mind. That's not the next thing. That's Zelda.
What did you think? I actually have one more announcement that I'd like to share. The 4 champions that appeared in The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild will be available as amiibo.
Oh.
The Zora champion
Interesting.
Mipha. The Goron
Yeah,
champion,
but we want Prince Sidon.
the Rito champion
Come on.
Rivali, and the Gerudo champion Urbosa. You'll be able to use these 4 amiibo in The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild.
There's a lot of amiibo for that game.
Of course, you'll be able to use these in the DLC packs that you just saw, so please look forward to them.
This changes the game. Travel the world. Bring people together. Play anywhere with anyone. If video gaming is a journey, then anywhere has to include a stop right here in LA during E3. This is Magic Week, where booths buzz and channels glow. where the game worlds you've heard about suddenly spring into life. And this summer, a new kind of heated competition ignites right on Nintendo Switch. It kicks off later today with the Splatoon 2 World Ink
Are they gonna make a push into
which
esports?
brings teams from the Americas, Europe, Australia, New Zealand, and Japan to see whose colorful skills
I think
are
we
the
know who's
best.
gonna win that.
Tomorrow, the Pokkén Invitational will be held. You might recognize some of our 8 competitors who'll be duking it out in heated battles. Later on Wednesday, we'll see 8 players throw punches.
I really
in
liked
the fun
ARMS
competitive
and
game
Test
ARMS,
Punch.
which launches
I'm buying it
next
for sure.
4 of our players will be pros, and the other 4 will be E3 attendees who rise to the top by battling on the show floor. If you're going to E3, we hope you'll accept the challenge. And no matter where you are, be sure to catch up with Nintendo Treehouse Live at E3 for all the details and news about Nintendo Switch and Nintendo 3DS. But now, there are a few more worlds left to
A
visit
few
on
more?
our journey before we land in the booth.
They
Let's go.
only have 5 minutes. I mean, yes! God, this game looked good.
Ubisoft is proud to announce its new Rabbids game, Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle, and it will be developed exclusively for the Nintendo Switch. The Rabbids' crazy personalities and unpredictable behavior will shine as they arrive in a reimagined and twisted Mushroom Kingdom.
Oh, this looks so great!
This tactical adventure filled with combat and exploration. Mario and his friends will join them in an epic quest to put the kingdom back in order. We can't wait for you to play the game on August 29th.
Kind of felt they would get into the co-op mode. Maybe they took that out. I mean, those initial slides, games change. Maybe they took out co-op. What is that? Oh, this is Rocket League. This would be a real cool moment right now if they didn't show it at the beginning, but that's okay. How about a Mario Kart cross-network play with what?
On behalf of everyone
Jeremy
here,
Dunham.
we're extremely
I know him.
excited to announce that Rocket League
But
is
no, but
indeed coming to Nintendo Switch. We know that both
what
of us
network
were
do you
against
play
it,
with?
we wanted it, and now we're going to release it, complete with cross-network support that lets you play against opponents.
Which platforms?
The Switch version will have all the features and modes we've released thus far, plus exclusives like local wireless multiplayer, Mario and Luigi hats for customizing your car, and new exclusive cars. We'll talk
Which
about this
platforms?
Look for Rocket League on Nintendo Switch. This
I need to know which platforms, damn it. I know PC and PS4 can play together. Minecraft's doing a cross-platform thing too. It's all about cross-platforms this year with popular indie games. Monster Hunter coming to US. Good. Although that looks too much like a straight-up T-Rex. No. Never mind. Wait a second. Was Mario that T-Rex? Was that what that was? Mario's racist. Mario's doing some cultural appropriating. This song. Oh my god. Oh my god. Holy shit. What? What? What the fuck? Bowser is amazing. This is unbelievable. What? Mario's a tank. Mario's a tank. Yeah, alright. And Mario's a T-Rex. Yeah, okay, sure, why not? And this music is great. October! Wait, is that Halloween? That was more than I expected out of Mario. Wow! Great job, Nintendo. Alright, let me, hang on, update my list first, because that needs to go higher up. Oh, does it? Yeah, it does.
Hey everybody, and welcome to Nintendo Treehouse Live at E3 2017. We're back for another year. We've got a lot of great game content to show you, and a lot of special guests swinging by as well. But to get things kicked off, we're going to take another look at Super Mario Odyssey.
We're going to show more Super Mario Odyssey.
Spotlight is going to be coming out on October 27th, really soon, and we're going to take a look at some gameplay. I'm Sam from the Treehouse, joined by my colleagues from the Treehouse, Rob, and Scott on the end, and we have some very special guests with us for this segment. We've got the game's producer, Koizumi-san, and the game's director, Motakura-san. Thank you both so much for joining us today.
Hi. Really looking forward to it.
So
we'll hang out then and watch some of this.
Gameplay, but before we jump in, there were a lot of really cool reveals in that video, and I think folks are going to be really interested in all the different directions that you're taking this game. But at the core, there's really kind of a driving philosophy that you've got going. I was wondering if you could tell our viewers.
I would love to know about your philosophy.
まず今ビデオを見ていただいてどうでしたか？何か面白かったところありますか？
First, could I just ask you, was there anything you saw in there that particularly
like everything?
I gotta say, the first time I saw that T-Rex, my heart stopped. It was so exciting.
あ、よかったです。今回のマリオはテーマが旅になっていて、別の国に行った時の驚きをすごく強調しています。
So we have a theme of going on a journey in this game, but we're also trying to give the player a lot of surprise.
Well, you definitely surprised me.
Really big surprise for most.
マリオシリーズってマリオが持っているその分かりやすさであるとか、可愛らしさであるか、誰でも分かるような共感というもので。
Why does that guy in the rat knight have to wear a hat? That's some bullshit.
驚きっていうことをすごく盛り込みたいので、驚きというテーマを体験もそうだし。
I'm gonna check this Nintendo group to see if they're flipping out about Mario. Or about Metroid and Mario.
Surprise with some emotional resonance, giving people something that's familiar, that's attractive, that's really cute from the Mario series, and bounce people back and forth between the familiar and the surprising.
でそれを体験するための新しいプレイシステムを作りましたので、それは本倉さんに説明してくれます。
So we've come up with some play systems to get that across as well. So it's not just a look and feel, but a play experience also. And I'd like to turn to Mr. Motakura to explain that.
今作は帽子を投げて敵や物を操ってとある地球を冒険するっていう、物語になっています。
So the kind of overall story of this game is, you're going around, you're throwing your hat, you're taking over different enemies and objects, and you're traveling the world while you do that.
I would love to know who's making Metroid. Is it Retro?
それを帽子を投げたり、いろんなものを操って箱庭を探索してもらえたらと。
And we talked about surprise before, but basically the unit of surprise in this game is those power moves. Those always equal a surprise, so you go around, you throw your hat at different things, you control enemies, and you find things that are surprising, and that gives you a power move.
Right on, so let's get into some gameplay. Rob, you're going to take us into New Donk City.
I am. First, I'd like to take a quick look at the Odyssey, for which the game is named. It's the ship that Mario uses to travel the world, and it's powered by these power moons, so you keep needing additional thresholds of them to get on to the next level.
Hell yes, this looks great!
Just to show off a little bit of the new moves, obviously there's the hat throw. You can make it stay in place, which is sometimes valuable. It can grab things for you. There's two kinds of coins, which we'll talk about a little later on.
Actually, there in that little dialogue box, we saw Cappy.
Oh, yeah. Cappy is both the red hat that he's wearing and also in his native form. He's a white top hat. And so one other move that's pretty cool is this circular throw. Knocks away everything.
Yeah, Captain America does
But
that
let's get down
in
to the
Marvel
city.
Heroes,
If you saw in the
so
trailer,
get in
there's
line,
the
Mario.
capture mechanic lets you take over things. It also lets you do fairly exotic things
New
like
Donk
turn
City.
into electricity to travel through
What an
pipes.
awesome name.
So how did the capture mechanic come about?
Is this the song from that they play in the direct? Because that song was cool as hell. Sunset Overdrive Mario.
When we were making this game, what we started out doing was making just a huge amount of.
It is Sunset Overdrive Mario. That's funny.
And this capture action was just one of those prototypes.
Alright, I'm going to keep an eye on this, but I'm also going to give you my top 20 games of E3.
So, you know, it was just
I'm going
one
to try
of the
to
ideas
anyway,
that
but
came
I'm
up,
also
we worked on it for
loving
2 or
this
3
right now.
days, and it just
My number 20 is Splatoon 2. Not much to say about that. They didn't really even show a whole lot, but I needed a 20th game, right? And number 19 is kind of a similar story. Fire Emblem Warriors. They showed a little more of that. More story stuff. More characters from Fire Emblem. That should be fun, even if it's kind of mindless. Just, you know, I like Fire Emblem, so I like playing with those characters. Number 18 is The Artful Escape, and number 17 is The Last Night. I just kind of grouped those together because it's kind of a similar story, both those. We don't know a ton, but I think the style of those games is both really, really cool. And those are both on Xbox first. They're timed exclusive, it seems, for the consoles anyway. I think they'll be on PC. Is that a football?
Normally, if you were following the story path of the game, you'd be talking
This is
to Mayor
such a
Pauline,
weird thing.
recruit musicians.
Pauline is the mayor. That's great.
We're going to ignore that right now because there's lots and lots of things to do.
Of New Dog, that makes sense. New Dog City and Pauline's the mayor. This game is gonna make me so happy. Number 16 is Cuphead, which we finally got a release date for, which is exciting. Still looking forward to that game, even though we've been seeing it forever. That's one of the bad examples of the one kind of thing that pissed me off, but I'm still gonna play the game. 15 is Sonic Forces, which is basically a sequel to Sonic Generations, which was my favorite 3D Sonic in a long time. So I'm looking forward to that again, especially on Switch. 14 is Agents of Mayhem. That's the Saints Row developers. And they're making a game. I really wish it was on Switch, actually, because it doesn't seem like a particular challenge or anything, but it seems just like a ton of fun. It's a ton of mindless fun. It seems like the kind of game you don't really have to pay close attention, but you can just go in there and kind of mow down some bad guys with some superpowers and guns and high mobility, and I think that'll be a lot of fun, even if it's not the most challenging thing in the world. 13 is Far Cry 5. I think Far Cry 5 just looks like a really unique and cool and interesting setting. And I love that it's co-op. I love that you can kind of direct your guys around. I think it's going to be great. I'm really looking forward to it. 12 is Ori and the Will of the Wisps. That's a tough word to say. The first Ori was great. The second Ori is going to be great too. Didn't see a whole lot of it, but I'm just glad they're making a sequel. It looks beautiful too. 11 is Middle-earth Shadow of War. I'm not a Lord of the Rings fan at all, so I didn't play the first one, even though I thought the Nemesis system seemed like a real cool idea. I think they're going to get me in with this one. Even though I am kind of sick of Batman Combat, which we'll get to in a minute, because I've got something else to talk about with that. But whatever, the Nemesis system just looks like so expanded that I'm totally into it. Is this... Does he roam around in the open world and then go into levels? This looks big. Can he go over there? Wow.
And then, you know, obviously out of that, like, different things come up, like, oh, maybe we could do this a little bit differently. Maybe this could actually work. Like,
is there fall damage? Can he jump?
We kind of add that to it.
Mario, don't do it! Don't do it, Mario! You got so much to live for! You got the princess, Mario! You have a brother, Mario! You have a bunch of toads, Mario! Don't do it! Don't do it!
And so, you know, you saw before, you know, we were able to jump on.
10 is Crackdown 3. I didn't think Crackdown 3 looked very good in the Microsoft conference, but then on their their live show that they're streaming. They showed some more footage of it, and I think it looks like fun. Very similar to Agents of Mayhem, actually. Just go in there with some superpowers and guns and mow down a bunch of people as kind of a dumb, fun thing. But it does have co-op, which gives it an advantage over Agents of Mayhem. Agents of Mayhem, by the way, what I did not mention is that there's a... Don't do it, Mario! No!
And that worked.
Oh, he's alright.
To my surprise.
Agents of Mayhem has a bunch of different playable characters, and you pick 3 at a time and switch between them, so that's real cool. But anyway, Crackdown 3's got the co-op. It also has, in the multiplayer, not in the campaign, but in the multiplayer, it has cloud-based destruction, so you can destroy the whole city. I think it looks like a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. Number 9 is Star Wars Battlefront 2. Looks like they've improved everything about the first Battlefront, which I did not enjoy. But the improvement of all this stuff looks cool to me. I was hoping to see more of the campaign, and we did not. But I still think it looks very solid. I'm going to give that game another chance. Number 8's not a game, it's an expansion. XCOM 2 War of the Chosen. Huge expansion to XCOM 2, which is one of my favorite games of last year. So I'm really looking forward to that again. Number 7 is Fortnite, the Epic Games game, which is half Horde mode and half building a fort, almost like a Minecraft type thing. Seems right up my alley. I love co-op games. I love Horde modes. And I don't really know what else to say about that. It's coming real soon. It's next month. Third-person perspective. Can't wait for it. Cranky Avenue, because of Cranky Kong. This is great. I love everything about this. Number 6 is God of War. I've mentioned before, I've never been into the God of War series before, ever. But this game just looks wonderful. It looks like they're adding heart to it, finally. And I love that he's got a new combat style using a hatchet instead of... Well, I guess that answers my question, by the way, about going into levels. Using a hatchet instead of his normal Chains of Olympus. And it looks brutal and fun and gorgeous game. Looking forward to that.
You get bumped out of the area.
That's so cool. Number 5 is Sea of Thieves. Speaking of co-op games, Sea of Thieves just looks like a jolly good time. I don't know how you can play or look at that game without a smile on your face. And everything I've been reading about it from people who have actually got their hands on it are just nothing but positive things. And boy, I can't wait for that. That's going to be a game I think I'm going to spend a lot of time in. I hope that it has, like, a lot of missions and stuff. Not just kind of... I know you can kind of roam around in the open world a lot, but I hope it has a good mission structure, too. Number 4 is Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle. Everybody seemed shocked by that game. I actually expected a lot of it, because those slides made it sound like XCOM, and it's like XCOM. Love those kind of games. We'll love them even more when I can take it on the go. Perfect for Switch. Can't wait for it. Number 3 is... I just bumped this up because I had it low on the list till we actually just saw it. Super Mario Odyssey. This looks wonderful. Are you kidding me? This looks like... I'm going to spend so much time playing this game. I can't believe some of the stuff they've done with the capture mechanic and turn into a T-Rex and all that shit. And that song was great. Number 2 is Spider-Man. I'm a Marvel fanboy, so I can't pretend to be unbiased about Spider-Man. I fucking love Spider-Man, and that game looked wonderful. And it's Insomniac, dude. They've made a top 5 Xbox One exclusive with Sunset Overdrive and a top 5 PS4 exclusive with Ratchet and Clank. There's a real strong argument that they're one of the best developers in the world, maybe the best. And the fact that Sunset Overdrive has such great mobility, and Spider-Man's all about mobility. It's a fucking perfect match. I can't wait for that game. That footage we saw yesterday was exciting and awesome. I'm not crazy about having the Batman kind of hand-to-hand combat. I love the Batman stealth stuff where he's up on the rafters picking people off. That's great. But the hand-to-hand stuff, as far as timing of the counters, never been crazy about that, but that's okay. I'll deal with it. And the number 1 game of E3 to me was Anthem, BioWare's new IP. Fuck, that looked so rad. Looked like everybody's basically playing as Iron Man.
Oh, yeah.
Co-op, lots of guns, lots of loot, and the BioWare Edmonton
by the local dancing around, but
magic. I know, people are kind of down on BioWare right now, but listen, I love Andromeda, but that was BioWare Montreal, not BioWare Edmonton. BioWare Edmonton has a perfect track record. So I'm sure there'll be great story in there. It was absolutely gorgeous. One of the most beautiful games I've ever seen. I get to play as Iron Man. I get to shoot some stuff. I get superpowers. That's just everything I want. Like, that game seems like it was made directly for me. So that was my #1 game. I expect we won't see it for a while. How about you? Now that I'm done with my list, I can go back in the chat here and see what you guys are saying. Because I had to jump out to look at that.
And I think you'll agree, if you go to a foreign land, one of the things that makes the biggest impression on you is the currency. You kind of look at it and you think, wait, is this real? Can I use
Cultural appropriating Mario. I'm just kidding, by the way. I don't give a shit.
And since Mario is going around to all these different kingdoms in this game, we wanted to make sure that there was a currency for each one. And they're collectible items, so you can use them to buy different outfits or buy souvenirs.
Speaking of.
Yeah, and it's always fun to buy
Well,
souvenirs.
I can probably end the stream now. I'm going to keep watching this, obviously.
Speaking of shopping, we are now in.
But,
so there's two kinds of points.
it's Nintendo, so they're going to do a copyright claim on this and take my money anyway.
Because the guy at the door said.
And so I think we've seen what we need to see. Real strong direct, I think. Strong conferences all around, man. I think even EA and Ubisoft stepped their game up. The weakest one might have been Bethesda.
I just love the shopkeeper.
Yeah, and their huge stack of hats.
I really think this was a strong E3.
The souvenirs you can buy there that you can use to decorate the inside of the ship.
So that's the end of our E3 adventure together, folks. 7 live streams in 3 days. I'm gonna say roughly 10 hours of content.
So my capabilities are the same.
The Bear asked, Vinyl, what was the last game you finished? Bear's choice is Fortnite. I'm guessing his choice of the game of the show. Fortnite looked real cool. I think Anthem's more for me, but Fortnite was strong. I think I had it at my #7. Last game I finished. That's a real great question. I don't even know. Because I never finished Zelda. Didn't finish a bunch of my Switch games. Didn't finish Mass Effect yet. I'll probably still, but that's a long-ass game.
The goal I was working toward all this time.
There's something I'm forgetting.
I love all these little moments of surprise where you never really know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
When
I don't.
you
Oh.
get into these spaces.
I don't know.
I finished Gears 4, but it seems like there's something after that.
Yeah, exactly.
I love the ending of Gears 4, by the way. I don't know. I've been playing a lot of co-op stuff recently that you just don't finish, like Overwatch, and that you just keep on going.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a real good question.
So notice that while using the motion control,
I really hope. I was.
homing function
Whoa.
more easily. It is possible with.
He's able to steer that hat.
Only, but it's much more difficult.
It's like arms.
Alright, the classic Goomba.
Yeah.
I'm not crazy about that idea. They said it works better with motion controls. I'm never going to use motion controls. I'm just not. But he said you can do it with regular controls.
I guess something folks are probably noticing here. So you're not capturing those Goomba. It's not every single enemy that's capturable.
That's true.
You've got to find the special ones.
Yeah.
And a lot of it's having a good eye and just experimenting a lot with your cap.
I think they're a shade bigger, the ones you can capture, but I'm not positive about that.
This looks so cool.
So bullet bills, of course, are useful.
Anyway,
to fly with them.
so that's the end of our E3's coverage, I guess. Hopefully. Oh, Bear said the Battlegrounds port. I forgot about that. That might make my list too. Actually, it definitely would. Like higher than my number than Fire Emblem and Splatoon.
So you have to be.
So yeah, Battlegrounds should be on my list somewhere. I don't know, but I forgot about that one. But anyway,
To one of my favorite bits.
hopefully we'll get Bear over here soon because I would like to record Let's Plays in ARMS and the Forza Horizon 2 Hot Wheels thing.
So this place has these murals that look like they're decorated in this.
Oh wait, I want to see him go on the wall first. Hang on.
And I'm just going to go right on in.
That's cool. This is kind of like the idea they had in Paper Mario for the Wii. It could kind of go into switch between 2D and 3D.
Because it's so cool, but it's so unexpected as well, I think.
This is amazing. This might end up topping Zelda for Game of the Year. I can't believe I'm saying that, but it might happen.
So we wanted to make something that would be, sort of a contrast with the 3D.
All right, so
we're able to explore very freely.
Leave comments here on this video. Tell me what you really liked at E3 this year, or tweet at Cooping Hatred.
2D spaces are kind of more confined. They're more precise. It's more like kind of.
This is wonderful.
Sort of traditional platforming elements.
That's all I got left to say. This is wonderful. Goodbye.
But also within the 2D stages, as you can see, we wanted to have a lot of different variety.
もちろんこう昔からのゲームが好きな人にも楽しんでもらえるビジュアルになっていると。
And of course, with the visuals, we're hoping it's something the people who enjoyed kind of those classic nostalgic games also get a kick out of as well.
So one thing I'd love to show off when we're getting out toward the end of this space is just how much the music changes when we're transitioning back and forth. Because I know we've been chatting, maybe it's hard for some folks to hear what's been going on here, but if we just pop in and out of that warp pipe, it's a pretty impressive transition when the music changes.